Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV and welcome back to part 2 of the Friday Night Social. And I hope you enjoyed part 1. If you haven't seen it, go over and watch it back on the channel. We were talking about the Barca Bayern game tonight and talking about also a preview for tomorrow night's Lyon game, the Champions League quarterfinals at 8 o'clock. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Martin is doing a live watch along. So don't forget to join us. Any idea what time, mate? About what, half 7, 20 to 8?
I'm going to go for half 7 because I want to do a little bit of a build-up, team news.
Okay. So go over and check that out tomorrow. We will be live doing a full watch along as usual. Thank you to everybody who commented on part 1, and thank you again to Emily for coming on. Really enjoyed it, having a chat with Emily, and she'll be on the channel again very, very soon, talking all things about her life, following City and the King of the Kipaks, so who she does write for. So again, thank you to Emily for coming on, but this is part 2. This is going to be a much shorter one, and we're just going to go through the latest sort of rumours and stuff that's come out today and yesterday about Man City. So we've got loads of people on again. Thank you so much for rejoining us. We've got Large Martin. He's still in love with Martin. We're still trying to work out who Large Martin is. Yeah. Peter Curry says Harry Winks. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I know, just heard the rumour. Kamal says, who else can't wait to hear the Pep to Barca rumours and the Messi to City rumours? Yeah. We've got Mr. Sean Shanu YT. Guys, we are not beaten by I wish, but they're so good. Well, come on. You've got to be a blue. You've got to be optimistic. Zangon says, Martin's watch-alongs are class.
Thank you.
They are, they're brilliant.
One chopper, dick off.
That's good, that.
I had that joke at school.
Yeah, Bayern are nothing special. They can be got at Barca have plenty of chances. Roberto Blondi, Mr. Sean YT. No, we will beat them. They have not encountered a fierce pressing response to their own, mate. We will cause them hurt. Who the hell is Large Martin? I've no idea. We will work out who it is one day. Scott Williams, Barca down tools. PK already stirring the pot, says it all. And Kamal says Bayern's high line against Barca was suspect. City would expose that. Don't know. Addy says it scares me a lot. We're going to need a miracle. Keep the faith, brother. Chris Baker says Sean Fogarty a nutter. He's talking about Large Martin.
Not laughing at that one.
Yeah, just target Boateng. Right, okay. This is going to be a quick one. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for part 2. It is late, but we're going to go through some of the latest transfer rumours. You will
never uncover my identity.
Oh, yeah, that says it all. There you go. Right, rumours. First rumour today was that Jimenez has got a £108.2 million buyout. Is that the type of player, Martin, we are going to go for?
I knew you'd come to me on that.
Well, you keep mentioning him, so, you know. I keep saying no, but you've mentioned him loads of times. So go on, over to you, Jimenez. It's come out today that he's got a £108.2 million buyout.
Which is, the 120 million euros, isn't it, roughly? He's a great player. Absolutely great player. But...
Is he? Is he really? Or is it just great in that league?
But the trouble is, we're saying here, if you look at all these top defenders we've been linked with, they've all messed up in the last week. Jimenez messed up, was it last night, and then we had Diego Carlos was messing up against Wolves, and we all know what happened with Koulibaly against Messi. So everyone we've been linked with has had an absolute stinker at some point. The only one who hasn't is Upamecano.
And Louis Dunk.
Lewis Dunk.
Lewis
yeah.
Dunk.
Tom
4.2 million.
Mancini, 4.1. Get it right, mate.
Sorry.
Do you know, I was the one who mentioned Lewis Dunk first about 6 months ago, and you
You
all
did.
laughed out
No,
of
you
it.
did. And we're still laughing, but not for 4.1.
No, I mean, if he's like I said to you, if his name was Lewis Dunkinho, then it's
Yeah.
different. There is this, what's the word, label of English-born defenders ain't going to make it at a top club.
Well, Kamal Dwyer says Jimenez might be decent, but he plays for Atletico. He part the bus. He could get exposed in City's system.
I like Koulibaly. I'm not going to lie. Koulibaly's my
Well,
man.
we're gonna come to Koulibaly in a minute. We're talking about Jimenez. I know you're trying to get to Koulibaly as quickly as you possibly can. I've never heard anybody talk about Koulibaly so much in all my
I'm going to
life.
get him on the back of my shirt.
Well, Uwe Rosler, we talked about Upamecano. It's the man we should be after, in my opinion. If you watched part one, I talked about Upamecano and the whole sort of social
Well,
media.
if you go back, Andy, and look at a video you did 8 months ago, when you spoke to that guy for German football.
Yeah. That was last August. It was a year ago. Yeah.
So that just tells you, Upamecano's not on this channel. It's been on the radar for a long time.
12 months. 12 months.
So
I've called for him
yeah.
so many times. But then, like I said, you get people commenting on this 3 months ago going, Upamecano, no, he's garbage. We need Koulibaly. He's rubbish. He's rubbish.
So the problem is you've got is just saying,
Upamecano's the player because he's had a brilliant game.
how much was his buyout? Was it 50 million on Upamecano? Now he's just signed a new contract, so that's gone up.
Yeah, I do think the buyout things are sometimes like with the Jimenez 108.2 million. I do think
But just remember though,
that's a fallback. I think.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't say you have to pay it.
No, you don't. But the thing is, they don't have to accept it either.
No. Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. Agree with that. So Jimenez 108.2 million buyout.
Well, it's a pattern, isn't it? A lot of these big players got price tags over 100 million now. It's looking like if we wanted somebody of that caliber or is in the caliber of so-called world class, even though they all still make mistakes. 108 million is not the worst price out of all of them. You know, if you look at the rest of them, it's bloody ridiculous. 120 million and all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's one of them. And it's like if that's the market's going that way, every player year by year is going to get more expensive, no matter what. You know, I think it is a joke. I'm not going to lie. Jimenez is not proven as much as Koulibaly and Upamecano and all them guys. He's not as proven as them guys. 108 million is quite a lot. I'd rather buy somebody for 60 million, 65 million, you know, and just call it a day at that, rather than spending over the top for somebody that's not proven, because it shows you that experience or price tag doesn't always matter in these sort of in these sort of things.
Okay, so talking about age of players, we've got somebody who's coming up to 29, going to be 30 next year, which is Martin's. You know, I've got to give him a little bit because he never stopped going on about it in his live vlog last night. Is Koulibaly. The rumours that you were talking about last night, I see today were almost word for word from what Duncan Castles said yesterday on his transfer podcast. Exact same figures, exact same. So when I was arguing with you two guys on WhatsApp and whatever else, it's funny how yesterday's figures were last night's figures were exactly what Duncan Castles said yesterday afternoon on his transfer podcast. So I would take that those rumours have come from Duncan Castles somewhere along the line. Now, I did say to Martin today that Stu Brennan interviewed somebody allegedly high up at Manchester City, and the high up source said Manchester City have definitely not put any bids in for Koulibaly, and they have definitely not approached Napoli to tell them they're about to put any bids in for Koulibaly. So basically, Stu Brennan's article today says the Koulibaly rumours from high up source in Man City says they're nonsense. Absolute, it never happened. That doesn't mean to say that they're not bluffing, but that is what Stu Brennan says in the MEN today. So before I come to Koulibaly's biggest fan, Big Martin, Tom Mancini, Koulibaly, do you think these rumours are true? Or well, what was discussed on last night's vlog? Or are you now thinking, which I said last night, if he hadn't signed today, then there you go. If he signs today, I'll apologise.
Yeah. Well, after seeing what I saw last night, I was very, very happy because I thought, you know what, we're onto something here. Get in there. Happy days. But as the days gone on, and you guys have made some very valuable points, especially you, Andy, and
very valuable points. You mean me sending you proof through from somebody?
Yeah, basically
close within the club. Yeah.
That's what I'm sort of trying to say. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I've been stitched up.
You might not have been. It still might come off.
He does. The guy who I'm not going to go into details, obviously, because but the guy that I know, he does get quite a lot of the stuff correct. He might have over exaggerated the progress in what's happening, but he's never been wrong in any of this so far. So I'm hoping that what he said is correct and it does come out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, fingers crossed it's correct. And if it is, accurate, then happy days, really. But maybe it's just a little bit too early to be fully guaranteeing that it's true.
Well, I mean, I think last night's vlog was from you. Martin was saying that it was around about 58 to 60 million pounds, which I said if we got him for 65 million, get him.
It's a good price.
I've always said with Koulibaly, it's nothing to do with the player, it's to do with the price, and I don't think City will go 100 million plus for him. So if we got him for that type of money, which we might do once everything dies down with the Champions League and then there's a bit more negotiation time, it wouldn't surprise me. But whether De Laurentiis is going to go anywhere near 65 million, maybe he'll be forced to. Martin, Koulibaly.
Napoli have agreed fee for Lille defender Gabriel.
Yes, we know. 22 million quid.
One is going bye-bye.
Well, it might not be Koulibaly though. It's only 22.
I'm telling you now, Koulibaly will be a Man City player within 14 days. I am telling you now.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to say to you then, if Koulibaly isn't a Man City player,
here we go. What am I going to do?
Cheeking for Ant. It's their fault, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, you're already backed out of running naked round the Etihad when you got the Ferran and cheeky thing wrong.
I can't run.
So if Koulibaly, no, you
put you on a bike then.
Well, we'll put you in a wheelchair and I'll run you around the Etihad naked in a wheelchair. So is that the deal? 14 days.
Do I get to wear a leaf?
No, you won't wear anything. You'll just be sat naked in a wheelchair or an Asda trolley. I'll get an
exactly what the little kid
up the road.
Anyway,
Alan Turing.
Yeah. I'll push you over the Nexon Bridge and maybe off it. Anyway, there you go. I don't know. It's we'll wait and see on the Koulibaly thing.
The book is I've closed the book on Koulibaly to City.
Yeah, they probably have. I mentioned. Did I not mention bookies to you in the WhatsApp?
Yes, you mentioned that to me months ago as well. When who was that I talked about? There was someone else who went bookies. I've helped sign Sam Lee, Duncan Castles. I know you laugh at him, but he does get 90% of his stuff transfer wise right. He does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Talks absolute crap.
He doesn't. He just throws. It's like any other journalist. He throws 20 names out there, and if he gets one of them right, he goes, "I told you. I told you it's right." Anyway, Upamecano. People keep talking about Upamecano again. Did you watch the game last night, Tom Mancini?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a good game. You know, Leipzig played very well. They played some good football at times. I thought Angelino had a one-off good game. It's the best game I've ever seen him play. You know,
Oh, good game.
Absolutely.
what? It's true. It's true. It's the best game I've ever seen him
Did you
play.
not watch against Tottenham?
I'm
Yeah.
with you, Tom. I'm with you, Tom.
He's bloody.
Was he crap then as well? Was that his one?
Yeah.
Don't let him bully you, Tom.
I'm not
with you,
gonna.
mate.
All I'm going to say is look at all the games that he played for us when he was given the opportunity at left back, and he bottled every single game. Yeah, when Mendy was injured, he was over. No, he played more games than bloody Mendy and Zinchenko before he went on loan.
Never mind speaking of bullying. You mean like the City fans bullied Angelino within the first 20 minutes out in Australia? That was bullying. That was not Australia. Where was it?
Anyway, I'm not bothered. He's crap, and if we get 25 million for him, then happy days. We've made 20 million profit that can go towards the Ferran Torres transfer to make profit. So happy days for us, really.
Tom,
yeah.
you know on Angelino's thing is I never mentioned Angelino. You Martin and you did, but Martin was discussing wages last night and salaries on City players and how they're on fairly low basics, but they're all made up. Do you know how much Angelino is on per week? Basic?
From that, because we found it different somewhere else. Me and Chris.
Go on then. What how much then?
46.
46. Well, 150 grand.
150 grand a week. Jesus.
Me and Chris were looking and we found it at 46.
Yeah, but I thought I found about 8 different ones, all quote different ones, but 150 grand. And this was, and to be fair, the other ones were pretty accurate on all the other players. So whether that's true or not, I mean, we don't know what the ins and outs are, but it was like, oh my Lord, that is frightening amount of money considering, maybe he's not got the bonuses like the Kyle Walkers and everyone else. But anyway, Upamecano.
Yeah, I'll go on to him. I thought he played really well. They've got some good attacking players. Atletico Madrid, you got Joao Felix, Morata. They've got some good players up front, and Van Dijk made it look like a mug against them lot. So Upamecano didn't. So that's a good start, isn't it? But yeah, I thought he was very calm under the ball. He was composed. He was strong. You need somebody that's strong in the back. I think that he's got that. He's much better, I'd think, than Koulibaly in the physical sense that he can get back after he's gone forwards, which is the thing that Koulibaly was lacking in the game that I watched last week. Leipzig were playing quite an attacking game and were taking it to Atletico, and Upamecano was taking it forwards, doing something like Koulibaly was trying to do, but instead of losing the ball and conceding, he actually managed to track back and actually get back into position and make a good tackle. So yeah, I think he's a good player. The price tag's interesting, but like we were saying earlier, price tags are going up and up in football But yeah, he's the best out of the group, I think, that we've been linked with personally, and his age is good as well, which is another thing that needs to be looked at too. It's all right getting Koulibaly. I know I've said in the past that he's a good player, but 30 years old, it's only going to be 3 or 4 years until we're back to the same problem. Not even that. So with Upamecano, you've guaranteed maybe the extra 20 million that you get is guaranteeing him for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So it just depends on how City approach it. But I think he is the best centre back that we've been linked with personally.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-upload the video that we did in August last year on the German players, and in there is Jonathan Tah, which I know many people who come on the channel have mentioned Jonathan Tah. He's mentioned in there. Upamecano is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, like I said, was the one player that stood out. They said, the German guys that I spoke to who come on the channel, Tobias and his mate, they said Kai Havertz is the one player that you must look out for. But they said out of all the players, Upamecano was the defender, centre-back out of all of them. So I'm going to upload it and people can watch back on that, what was said a year ago about these players. Martin Upamecano, or Umpamecano, or Oompa Loompa, or whatever you want to call him.
Can I just say, I know some people don't like stats. Tom said Angelino got a chance. He made 6 appearances this year for City.
Yep, and all
4
6 were.
starting, 2 on the bench.
Why do you think he went out on loan? They wouldn't have put him out on loan if he were decent.
Anyway, that's not really getting a chance, but I digress. Upamecano. I will admit, and I didn't watch the game live because I was live. I was actually doing a live log. So Chris is quite right in the comments. But I did watch it back early this morning. And he made Diego Costa look absolutely ordinary. He bullied him.
So did Mangala.
Well, that was about the point.
Brilliant.
No. And then this is my point. I've called for Upamecano, but I mean, I'm trying to sort of say, look, let's not.
He has had injury problems.
Let's not go over. Yeah, I mean, he has, but
at such a young age, though.
He's only a kid. Yeah. But so have lots of players. I mean, I wouldn't rule that out and go, that's it. He's finished at 21 or whatever.
I would like Upamecano. The problem is you've got with him. Are we talking to him? Are we talking about him as a Koulibaly replacement or a Jose Jimenez? Because again, City are after profiles, and the guy they've identified that for the centre back role is a world class, ready made, in you go, doesn't need a lot of coaching.
Who?
Well, these are what the rumours are saying then.
Yeah, because City have come out and said we have made no bids whatsoever for Koulibaly, and we have not approached Napoli to say we are interested in making a bid.
But they also said Bayern Munich and Sané wasn't going on, and we all know it was. What they say behind closed doors and what they say in public are 2 different things.
Yeah, no, but the difference being is that Bayern Munich came out and said they were talking to Sané. They came out and said they were talking to Sané. Napoli have never said City are talking to Koulibaly.
The Italian press have got it everywhere that we met with his agent.
The Italian press said last year, when I did that video, saying that there is a locked contract in a safe at Juventus for Pep Guardiola to be there this season.
I know that.
I mean, you know.
But the thing is, but for me, Upamecano would have been the Ake person. But the problem is,
maybe.
Ake's in the homegrown, whereas Upamecano's not. And I'm not sure how big our squad is when it comes to.
Neither's Koulibaly.
No, but Koulibaly is the other side, isn't it? I'm saying about Upamecano being the Nathan Ake guy. So you still buy Koulibaly plus Upamecano, but one would be homegrown and one isn't.
Go on, Tom.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm never going to be listening to the Italian press after how they slagged off Cancelo last season. You know, it's offending me so much there. I won't be listening to the Italian press after how they just tread my Joao.
Gary Neville slagged him off.
Who? Gary Neville slagged Joao Cancelo off?
Yeah, he said he's the worst defender he's ever had.
Oh,
Chris says you'll get that bottom lip quivering, Andy, if you keep telling him KK isn't coming.
Brilliant.
Another player.
I can't wait to
It's like Isco to City. Yeah, I mean,
oh god,
the Koulibaly thing is becoming like Isco, isn't it?
It's been a couple of weeks.
It is. Sir Alan says, "Aha, you are clutching, Martin."
See, blew out today, lads. No one in the media does know. The media do know. People in the media do know because I know someone who was in the media. They do know. Please don't believe that the media do not know.
So do I, and I just sent you a WhatsApp earlier.
I know.
Now retracted your comment. So
people in the media do know. They do know.
Italian sports press just sell newspapers, no different to the Star or the Sun. There you go.
Joao Cancelo, though, they offended Joao.
Blue Heart says, lads, no one in the media knows who we're getting. I agree.
They don't.
I
know someone in the media.
They don't.
All right.
Martin knows a guy in Area 51.
No, my dad's best mate works for the NBN. That's how I know.
Right, okay. Well, how come Stu Brennan, who's the city?
It is Stu Brennan.
I said, well, how come Stu Brennan said he's talked to a high source at City and there is no bids been put in.
And well, all right, we'll throw this back to you then. Why did City deny that Sané was never going and there was no talks? It was done and dusted months before Sané off to Bayern.
I actually don't think City ever said that Sané is going nowhere.
They said, City and Bayern never spoke.
They never said anything about
no,
it.
they never
did
said
they?
anything about it. They never said anything. The papers did, the transfer rumours, the media did. I don't think City came out and said anything about the signing stuff. Like his attitude. But we won't go there. We won't go there.
Coke. I'll sit and drink my vodka and Coke, and you lot just go whenever you do.
Well, Raymondo's just said, get me a pint of what you're sipping, Martin. There you go. So whatever you're sipping, he wants a pint of it.
Why is all the hatred on Koulibaly? I really want to know what is the
It's
case.
not. I don't think anybody. This is the thing. Is I don't think anyone is hating on it. I've never hated on Koulibaly. I've always said if we got him at a good price, let's get him, but not 100 million. I've never said he's a shit player. I've said it doesn't seem to fit the City model buying a 29, 30-year-old. It doesn't fit the model. I would have thought City would go for a 23, 22, 23, 24-year-old. But I mean, I wouldn't. If we bought him for 65 million, and people say it's not our money, so it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter because it all goes towards FFP, and I'd rather have somebody that is there going to be developed under Pep for the next few years than a ready-made player for a year or two.
Is it the age?
Who we still don't know. It's not necessarily the age. It's you're spending a lot of money on an older player who has been very comfortable in Italy. And it doesn't mean to say that they're going to be brilliant in the Premier League. It just doesn't. It simply doesn't. We've seen it with so many players. It's a completely different league. And people might say, well, he had a good game against so-and-so in the Champions League. So what? People slag off Gundogan, but Gundogan's been pretty consistent for City in the Champions League. Hasn't been great in the Premier League. So it's nothing to do with I hate him or I think he's a good player. I've seen him play. He had a shite game the other night.
But so's everyone else who's been linked with.
Well, yeah. But it's not about that. So I just don't think we should be spending that type of money on a. You know, if you're talking about 50, 60 million for Skriniar, or you're talking about Upamecano for 50 million, I'd rather us go for something like that with Ake there here now.
Yeah.
Than spending something on a player that, you know, what if he comes and gets an injury at 30 and then is out for a year, and then like Laporte was, and you're talking he's going to come back into a team that in a league that he doesn't really know, and at 31, 32, and we spent 80, 90 million quid on him. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever for me.
I've got to be taught that.
I think it's such a short-term fix to a long-term problem. That's my thoughts on it.
But let Tom speak, and then I'll give you my retort.
Go on, Tom.
I was just going to say, I think the right words for this Koulibaly is constructive criticism. I think it's the fact that he was put up to be some elite, top-class player, and he doesn't look as great as everybody's saying. And if that is a lot to do with the press saying how great he is, I think he's had a lot of pressure put on him. And, you know, if it's one of them, innit? You know, like you just said, if he gets injured in the first season, you know, anything's possible, you know.
Yeah.
And if that continues, look at Mendy when he came. Lewis Dunk at the back.
Lewis Dunk at the back with Stones, Duncan Donut.
That's good, that. There you go, brilliant. Yeah. See, the thing is, like he says, if Upamecano came and he got injured in the first season for a few months, he's only going to be 22, 23 when he comes in. He's got loads of time. You know, that's 7 years younger than Koulibaly is. Or he's even more than that, isn't it? It's 9, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be 9 now. So that's a lot of years in football. That's a lot of years.
Okay, turn it around. KDB goes on the market. 29. How much is he going for?
Yeah, but KDB's a midfielder, and he's already probably up there in the top 2-3 midfielders in world football.
People say Koulibaly's up there as the 2 of the 3 best centre backs.
Is he really?
He's not.
No way. There's no chance.
You're saying that.
Chance.
Then that's what
no chance.
People rate him as.
Who? What people? You keep saying this. What people rate him as?
He's been talked about amongst former professional footballers.
Who?
Managers.
Who?
You keep saying who.
Well, why? If he's up there as
50 million, that's all right for a 29-year-old.
Hold Hold on. The only team, according to you, who is gonna come to is Man City. If he's that good, well, United want every.
Chelsea won.
United have been and Chelsea have been linked with about 600 players in the last 6 months. I mean, stop listening to what the media say. It's absolute garbage. It's all nonsense. It's nonsense. It is absolute garbage. United want every player because if City go in for a player, you can guarantee the red top journals and others will go, oh, United are in for him, or oh, Liverpool are in for him. Oh, well, we can't say. Oh, yeah, well, we can say Chelsea because they've got someone. Chelsea are in for him. They won't say Burnley are in for him. They'll only go where are the biggest fan bases, clickbait. Oh, we'll link him with him. We'll link him with him. They just won't. I don't know why you're putting your eyes up to the ceiling.
No, because you sat there going, the media won't. Well, so the media might as well close down them because they get the way. Do you think?
Yeah,
so,
but Martin. How many players are we discussing tonight that are in this thing that we're going to talk about? How many players are we discussing so far coming to Manchester City? How many of them will realistically come? 5. Will 5 of the players we're discussing tonight come to Manchester City?
No, of course they won't.
Will any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Koulibaly. Right. but basically, in 30 minutes, we're talking about one player might come out of 5. We've done about 50 transfer rumours in the last few months on players. So we've talked about 60 to 100 players.
We have.
And pretty much most of them are not even coming to City.
I agree. I'm not saying the media don't talk 90% BS, but they do get things right.
But I can get things right. If Upamecano signs for City, I can say
there's an issue.
I told you this 12 months ago.
There is an issue at the moment with people not on negatively against Koulibaly. There is. I don't know why.
I don't think there is.
Look at all the players. They don't want Koulibaly. They don't want him. I don't understand why.
I think most people do. I think most people do want Koulibaly, but at the right price.
If you're talking 60 million, how much cheaper do you want him? Do you want him for a bag of nuts and a bag of pork scratchings or something? You know, what are we doing here? Come on, 60 million.
60 million's fine. We said that all along, haven't we?
Yeah, always.
We've always said that. We said
65 million will be our biggest signing.
Exactly. Yeah. We said that the 90 million is just out of this world. We need to pay a decent price for him for his age. That's what we've been saying for the past month.
I understand that.
And the rest.
I've never disputed the price. I've never said if it was over 100 million. I actually said with Andy ages ago, we shouldn't be paying that. That's why I talked about a Ruben Diaz. I'm saying at the minute there is negativity against Koulibaly and they all want Upamecano. And that's fine. That's their opinions.
Yeah, no, but I did say that about in the part 1 dinter about it, you only have to see one of these players have a game and suddenly he's the new person that's social media for you.
Oh no. The thing is,
I mean, it's ridiculous that Upamecano now is 100 times better than Koulibaly. He's the player we should be getting, and
exactly. It changes, doesn't it?
Oh, of course it does.
Koulibaly is on the market by the sounds of it. We could sell him. There's no guarantees we can go and get a Ruben Diaz and Upamecano. There's no look at United. We're going to get Jadon Sancho. No, you're not. Sit down. That you can't just pick. It's not fantasy football like you say FIFA. I'll put a name in and pick who I want. You have to go with who you can get, and maybe the other players they want are not available for any price.
Mm. Well, I mean, we don't know. JKUK says confirmed Koulibaly is Martin's husband.
Can I just go back to a comment that someone's put? I want to hang on. Where is it? You
Koulibaly is Martin's husband.
I agree with him here. Cheeky sod. Am I wrong?
You were wrong about cheeking Ferran. That's the first one.
No. I gave an opinion. How is an opinion wrong?
You said
What?
that they should get kicked out of the club if we got bloody proved guilty. And the past 10 years have been a complete failure because we haven't won the Champions League.
I did not say it was a complete failure, so let's start, please.
Anyway, we move on. So we talked about Jimenez, 108.2 million buyout apparently. KK, we've talked about Koulibaly and all the rumours. Upamecano, who's now the next superstar that everyone goes for. There was a bit of news today. I did do a vlog about a week or so ago talking about Diego Rosa. The guy, was he Flamengo? Well, City are about to announce that we have got him for 4.5 million, but that could rise to 20.2 million, dependent on that. So we'll see. But moving on, somebody else mentioned it earlier and said, are we going to talk about it? Yes, we are. The rumours today, Harry Winks, £40 million. Tom?
I don't know where to start on it, really. Harry Winks, it's a very random one, isn't it? It's not the first person I'd think to go into the midfield.
More like Harry Wank.
That language isn't necessary on this channel, is it, Marty? That's just
totally unacceptable.
We've got children watching. We've got your son watching, being Big Martin.
We've got children watching.
It's absolute disgrace, Martin. So Harry Winks, where can I? It's one of their. He's not been a standout player for Spurs. If you asked me their top 5 players of the season, he won't come anywhere near in that. I don't really know what to say. 40 million seems a little bit over the top too. I'd rather go and look somewhere else in the market for somebody else for 40 million because I'm sure there's a better player out there.
I must admit, when I saw the rumours, it was late last night. It was like, that seems a bit wow. Yeah. That's a bit way left field. But then I read a bit on social media, on Twitter, the usual Twitterati were out in force about it. And then this morning I listened to a radio show about it and read a couple of articles about him. And then a lot of it was very negative and why would we want him and things. And then I looked back on it and I thought, to take myself away from the initial rumours, actually last season, not this season, but last season, he was a real rising star. And he was really, really good. Really, really good. You know, he was like the James Maddison and that type of player. You saw him and thought, actually, Jesus Christ, he's a really good player. And this season's not panned out for him for whatever reason. He's not been at his peak in there. 40 million, then I started thinking, do we need a Harry Winks in the Man City team for 40 million quid? I'm not too sure we do. I think it's just transfer bollocks, if I'm being honest. But Martin, Harry Winks.
Language.
Yeah. Well.
Bollocks
is better than wank.
All right, I do apologise for my coarse language at 12:05 in the morning.
I was taking the mic.
No, you weren't doing it back. Brennan has come out apparently and said we're not in for this centre mid.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think we are. I don't see why we would be, but unless, like you've said, you claim that Bernardo is gonna leave to Barcelona, so maybe we are.
No. That was just a feeling. I've not read that anywhere.
It was a feeling.
Well, you know where I got that from, but I can't digress where that's come from.
Oh, yeah. Well, we won't go there. It's not come from Tom Mancini again, has it?
No.
No, it's not from me this time. I'm staying out of this one.
Photographer. It was somebody last night going, Koulibaly is confirmed. It is done.
Who is?
Now he's giving me grief tonight.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Go and get a new barber. Right, anyway. Harry Winks. I'm with you. I liked him a year or two ago. And then he just seems to come off the radar completely. And I don't... Would he fit in at City? He's young enough for Pep to improve him.
Yeah.
He knows the Premier League already. But can we be honest here? Do you know what it is with a lot of signings? It's whether we get excited by them. And is Harry Winks the kind of signing you go, ooh, you know, you want to queue up and get my name on the back of that shirt, you know? And that's what it is with a lot of signings, isn't it?
For 40 million quid as well.
We get excited, and I don't.
You can understand paying. You can understand paying 41 million quid for Ake because he's proven, and it's a position we do need covering. Do we need another central attacking?
Let me just check what Harry Winks' actual stats are. I'm not actually because obviously I don't sit. I'm watching.
Somebody's just put here. Oh, it's Warren Smith put about Yankuto to play partner season. He looks crazy good. The thing is, Warren, I'm not sure. Maybe wrong. I'm not sure whether he would get a work permit.
I asked Chris that, and apparently Chris turned around and said because because of his age, it might not count.
No, I don't think so.
Douglas
Luiz couldn't either.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I might be wrong. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I'm only just putting my neck on the line, saying the problem might be a work permit. But I mean, maybe it's wrong. Maybe he could get a work permit. I don't know. I doubt it, but maybe.
It depends on what Pep said into him.
Yeah, well.
Well,
I mean, the problem being is that with the whole thing with the Douglas Luiz thing was City couldn't prove that he would be guaranteed game time, where Villa could prove that he would be playing non-stop for Villa. Now, Yankuto wouldn't be playing non-stop, wouldn't be playing regularly for Man City.
Could he be the backup to Walker?
So, yeah, but it's not about that. It's about you can always say I'll bring him in and he'll be a backup, but then he plays 4 games a season.
According to this,
they won't give a work permit for that purpose.
Harry Winks has played 31 games. 68% of them are in the starting 11. And he plays an average of 65%.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he hasn't scored any goals. He's had
No, I think it's a good player. I mean, I heard somebody on the radio this morning saying he's a good player, but in a City team, I don't think he brings a real attacking threat. He's very good on the ball. He rotates like a Gundogan. He rotates the ball well. I mean, you look at Gundogan. Gundogan don't make many assists and score many goals. And I think he's a very similar player. He can move the ball quickly and things. Does he get involved in the attacking element of the game and create assists and goals? Probably not.
Harry Winks should do well in Everton.
Well,
I'm not even a disrespect to Everton.
Yeah, but I'd rather worry about what he does. To
answer your question, no, I don't think.
Yeah, Winks is a Gundo says, yeah, maybe. But anyway,
conversation to end on. We don't need.
Pep would play Winks at CDM like a deep play, and I don't think he will do if Rodri's here, so he wouldn't even replace Rodri. So I don't think that's there. So I think basically maybe his agent is looking for a new deal.
Apparently that's come from the Tottenham end, though, that rumour.
Yeah, it could be. So maybe they're looking at it. But we've got one more player to finish on before we go. And that is something you were talking about last night. I think we talked about for the last week. And that is Houssem Aouar. Well, Houssem Aouar, apparently, if the rumours are true, and it is media, it is rumours, he has distanced himself from transfer to Manchester City and said that he's quite happy where he is and he's not interested in moving to the Premier League. In a comment, and they were in quotes from him. Now, whether that's just playing the game or not, who knows? But the rumours tonight were that he has distanced himself from any transfers, and certainly not to Manchester City or the Premier League. Aouar, would you take him, Tom Mancini?
Well, to be honest, to Aouar, see you on the pitch on Saturday night, pal, or tonight, shall I say? you're gonna get an Otamendi buddy clashing now. Now you've said that, pal. So good luck. Good luck to you when you've got an Otamendi tackle coming flying into you and you flip on your backside. No, I'm joking. If he doesn't want to go, he wants to stay at Lyon, then fair enough to him. You know, if it's his career and if he feels like he's better there, he's probably looked at some of the players that do go from the French league. Look at Ndombele and look at the difference. Look how he's performed. You know, there's look at Frankie De Jong and you know they've moved away from clubs that aren't as big, and they haven't you know hit the standards that they were setting. So maybe he's looked at that and thought, you know what, I could be a high class player in a squad as like Lyon, or I could go to a club in the Premier League and not play as well. So yeah, if he feels like that is his best option, then fair play to the guy for concentrating on the club football for Lyon.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I mean,
see you tonight, pal.
I've always thought along the lines with Aouar, it's like, well, where's he going to play and whose position is it going to take? And it's this same conundrum over and over and over and over again when you keep getting linked with all these players. It's like, well, who are they replacing? Because Aouar's a star at Lyon in the French league, and let's face it, the French league is absolutely garbage. It is garbage. He's going to come to the Premier League where it's completely different. And, you know, Mahrez, at least, was brilliant at Leicester and had Premier League experience. And he struggled in this Man City team to a certain degree. This season he's had a good season. But if Aouar comes in, where's he going to play? Because, you know, whose position is he going to take? Mahrez? But at the end of the day, all you and Emily and everyone else said, well, some of you said Mahrez should play, but
Viva la Mahrez.
I didn't say it. I said it.
yeah, but I mean, it's like, this is the thing. It's like you've got somebody who's a star at their club and loves their club, and coming to City in a different league, which is totally different. And it's like, well, it means somebody going, because somebody said, well, David Silva's like, it doesn't matter because Foden's going to be his replacement. But you've still got Bernardo, you've still got Ferran Torres, who we just bought. We've still got Bernardo Silva, we've still got Sterling, we've still got Foden. We've got all these players. Whose place is he going to take? And whose place is going to be dumped to the bench? Martin?
So I'm just running it. Guys, I don't know facts. I'm just telling you opinions. That's all. I've not bugged MEN headquarters. People saying I've bugged MEN headquarters for transfer.
No, Martin loves rumour. He loves rumours.
He loves that gossip column.
He believes in everything Duncan Castle.
Scott Williams said I want to spend huge on a defender. I've never said spend huge. I just said I want to get Koulibaly.
You have said Galacticos. We need. You have said. Don't lie now. We have had this discussion loads of times. You have said on the channel.
Tom's got some breaking news.
Cheeky's Del Boy. He's Del Boy.
What's that?
Nice breaking news at the end.
Breaking news? What are you on about?
This evening you have that you got told.
What's that?
Oh no! Please don't say it's from the same source.
I've got no breaking news for you.
He's only going off the comments and all talking about
there's nothing more. There's nothing more that I'd like to add.
Go on, sorry, Andy. Ask me that again. What was it?
No, I was just talking about the Aouar. I mean,
I like him.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's just,
and then you're knocking Foden back again.
Here's the question. Here's the question to you. If you've only mentioned one player there, but you could mention Mahrez and Bernardo and other players. Here's a simple question for you: How much will Aouar cost City?
They're looking about 40 million.
Right. Okay, Tom.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend 40 million on Aouar, or would you rather keep Phil Foden in the first 11?
I'd rather keep Phil Foden. There's no need to bring there's no need to bring anybody in for 40 million when you've got Phil Foden.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, it's just like it doesn't even bear thinking about. Any City fan who thinks Aouar would come in and replace Phil Foden, for me, delusional, absolutely delusional.
Aliens
no,
are real.
yeah, no chance in a million years. But that's not to say he would replace Foden. He could replace
Oh.
Bernardo. He could replace Mahrez. He could replace whatever. I just don't think. I don't think.
Do you know what I feel like I've been set up and done like a kid for this tonight?
You probably are. Anyway, last point. I'd like to just very quickly go talk about. What were your thoughts on Alphonso Davies tonight, Tom Mancini? Should we be doing everything we can to get him at Man City rather than spending 80, 90, 100 million quid on Koulibaly?
100%. I'd rather get him in. I would certainly rather get him in. He's absolutely world class. He's just to play like that. He was one of the best players on the pitch, and the defenders don't get credit after an 8-0, 8-2 bashing of a team. But he was unbelievable. I know he had to go off because he smacked his head, but I think that was to save him for the semi-final. Whoever gets through tonight. But imagine the speed. Like, look at that. Look at that. The speed down those sides will be unbelievable. Davies and Walker, that'd just be unstoppable down them sides. And Alphonso Davies can defend like Kyle Walker can. He can stick in a tackle. He can be a bit rough. He can get a head in. It's something that we need. The example, he went in for that header tonight with that, I think it was Semedo at the time. He put his head on the line for it. He wanted to get to that ball. And you need somebody like that. And I think that we should go all out for him because there's not many people like him around. There's not many people like him around who's got the pace and the physicality, and he's been proven in all the competitions he's played how great he is.
Yeah, I mean, Kamal Dwight says Davies would cost a lot of money. He would do. Definitely would.
Someone just told me to check Twitter. I'm just doing it. Why is that meant to be checking?
Yeah, Davies would be a lot of money. And I think people were calling for Davies 3-4 months ago, saying that he's a guy that we should be looking at and things like that. But I think that's probably gone now, and I think the opportunity is lost because that's something we could have negotiated with the Sane thing.
Yeah.
But I think now, I think the money's going to be stupid.
Large Martin has created his own Twitter account, putting at Horsey City fan.
There you go.
I don't believe this. Thank you so much, whoever it is.
I don't think Bayern will let him go anyway.
How much do you think he would cost realistically on the open market?
I'm not going to predict that.
I've got
Bayern and knobs like that. Sorry for my language, but they are. They are.
Semedo, no thanks. He got rinsed tonight. So Nelson Semedo got done like a kipper.
Yeah. Bayern would never let him come to us. Yeah, probably not.
I tell you what, though, him on the left, and if they play Sandy as an inverted winger on the right, that could be. Or the pair of them two down both on the left hand side of wow.
Look what you could have had.
Yeah, this is what you could have won.
I
mean, I think they're going to let's bring back Angelino Martin. I think it's.
I want to know who these 5 followers are following.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Sorry,
you're following him. That Man City fan TV's following him. Large Martin.
I've not even been on the phone.
Large Martin has started following me. All right, I'll follow him back. He's got one follower.
It's obviously somebody who's part of the channel.
No, Martin, he's following. No, following. He's following 5 people. I'm the first follower.
All right. Anyway.
Have you got anything on a striker or forward?
Who are you talking to?
Anyone? Do you think we need one?
See out another year of Gabby and Sergio first. See what the situation is with Sergio's contract if he gets an extra year onto it, and then we need to start looking. There's no point having 3 in this season. It's not gonna. It's because one of them is going to be unhappy. It's not all going to get play time.
I don't think we'll buy anyone this summer.
No.
That's just my opinion. I don't think we'll buy anyone this summer.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You'd be and if Sergio, there weren't the rumours that Sergio might sign the next 3 year, then you might go, well, he's 1 year left and he leaves next summer and blah blah blah. But I think with the rumours that he's going to sign another year and he's, I just don't see why you would buy somebody now and just leave him on the bench or rotate, and then Gabby's out and now Sergio's out. And I don't know, especially with Ferran Torres coming in, and if we do get somebody else, and I don't know, maybe not.
Baker's got to play. It's okay to judge Semedo one game, but not KK, man. That is a fair point.
Well, we said that.
Nah.
We said that in part one, didn't we?
It's a fair point, and it was Alfonso Davis.
Yeah, player has a good game. Suddenly, he's the best.
Yeah. So I do apologise. You are right.
Blue Heart says 2 more years for Sergio and Gabby staying long term. Bring back Willie. Willie who?
Caballero, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. Somebody must be talking about.
How I won't do the about
it. Are we linked to Davis at all? No.
Sam Elliott wants Boney back.
Haaland is Dzeko type striker, but has more skill. Well, I don't think he's going to go anywhere this summer, so I think he's going to wait for his big move next year. So we had Tevez.
Real Madrid had the choice of Mbappe and Haaland. Which one do you think they'd choose?
I'd take Mbappe every day
time.
of the week.
They want both, but they can't have both.
Well, I'd take Mbappe every day of the week. Every day of the
One
week.
of them's going to be available to go and get.
I don't know whether they will, though. I don't know whether they will. Well, what if PSG went on and won the Champions League this year?
They won't, because we'll knock them out.
Wow.
Come on, positive.
That's why I said, what if? And let's face it, the money is on tax-free at PSG would take phenomenal amount to bring somebody in like that. But anyway, somebody keeps going on about João Felix. Who else we got? Only Joe. Roberto Blondi saying João Felix. I don't know. I want to leave that. I might leave that to Tom.
Tom about João Felix.
Anything about João Felix, Tom?
Unfortunately, no. I don't have anything on João. I only have it on my João. João Cancelo. There's only one João I care about.
Warren Smith, I'm sorry. Would you take why you not take Mandzukic for a free? I tell you what, that's a good point, We keep saying we needed a Dzeko sort of plan B replacement. No. I don't think they want that one, Warren. Sorry, mate.
Not for me, but yeah, fine.
Oh, gee, babies, that was a free agent.
You're gonna pay Mandzukic a lot of money to sit on the bench if that's the case, but I don't know. We'll see. At the end of the day, we don't know, and everything is just rumor. But wait and see.
Read the paper.
Read the paper. Yeah, read the paper. Buy a coffee. It's much easier and you get something out of it at the end of the day. But anyway, guys, I want to say a massive thank you to Martin, Big Martin, and Tom Mancini.
I will not be Big Martin tomorrow night.
He's going to cancel his Big Martin account. Thank you so much. Don't forget, if you haven't seen part one, where we talk about the City versus Lyon Champions League quarterfinal game tomorrow night. We did that on part one with Emily and talked all about the dangers. We went through our lineups and score predictions and things like that, and talked about the Bayern versus Barca game tonight, last night, which was absolutely mental. But anyway, this is part two. This is Andy. This is Tom. This is Martin from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell icon, give it a thumbs up. Keep your comments coming. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody, and thank you. We've had over 150, 60 people on tonight on this part two, and we had similar part one as
223.
Was it? So thank you so much for everyone who's made their comments. We do appreciate it. We really do. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, whatever you do, check in tomorrow night for the live watch along. Martin will be live around about 7:30. He will post a video out telling you exactly what time. It will be on social media. It'll be on Twitter. So go over and follow us on Twitter at Horsey City. Is it any more? At Horsey City?
At Horsey City, yeah.
That's it. Tom, he's at Tom Hudson MCFC. So you can go and follow him, and I'm at Aviation Blue. So guys, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can go over and check it out. But guys, again, thank you so much. Come on, City tomorrow night. Come on. What's that?
Give Lads Martin a follow.
Yeah, don't bother.
No.
It's one of the guys on the channel who's doing it. So don't waste your time. Guys, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. And let's hope we're through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. We'll see you. Thank you, Mingy Wong. Appreciate that, buddy. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, we will see you tomorrow.